Hello everyone, this is Alex from soyachincha.com and we're here at the Huawei flagship store in Shenzhen, which is located quite near to the Huawei HQ just right over there. And in front here, they actually display 4 vehicles. So these 4 vehicles are some sort of like a collaboration with Huawei. So Huawei has helped them in terms of like the infotainment system, which I believe are mostly running on HarmonyOS. Let's check it out. So one of the key brands is AITO. So AITO is a joint venture between Seres and Huawei, and they actually have 3 models on display. Let's start off with the AITO M5. So M5 is like a compact SUV, as you can see right here. In terms of design, it looks like a mishmash of a Tesla and a Porsche Macan. And there's 2 versions here. So the one you see over here with the close-up grille is the full EV version. So that gives you up to 650 kilometers of range on a single charge for the single motor version. There's also a 2 motor version which has less range, 150, but can get from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.5 seconds. That's super quick. Alright, so this is the AITO M5 EV, and this version comes with a very nice plush interior. Just look at the red, it looks pretty exotic, don't you think? And also you get these Lexus style door handles, which looks pretty slick. And you also have this like a crystal design gear selector. So you have the controls over here, parking, reverse, neutral and drive. You just do like that. It's like a shift by wire control. Pretty nice. And you also have 2 charging pads over here. And you can see here is Huawei Supercharge. So this can charge pretty quickly. And all the sides here, similar to the M5 range extender, you also have a USB-A and a USB-C port. And this USB-C port can push 66 watt, so that can fast charge most of your flagship Huawei smartphone. Pretty neat. And I also like the steering wheel, similar to the range extender. Still have physical controls. You also have these jog dials controls for the volume, and you also have a large display up front, which actually shows you the battery percentage and also the range remaining. And over here you also have like a power meter, which displays probably how much of your power efficiency is right now. And also in the front center of the car is a huge, like a 15-inch OLED display, which is vibrant and can run multiple apps like Petrol Maps, control various car controls, and you can install various applications over here. You also get your regular aircon controls over here. You can adjust the fan speed, and I believe you also can adjust the directions as well. Very similar to a Tesla, so you can adjust the aircon controls over here. Not my favorite, I still prefer physical control so that I can just make the changes immediately without keeping my eyes off the road. So you have a very similar to a Tesla interface. You also have ventilated seats, which can turn on the touchscreen. And you have heated seats for even the rear passengers. And you also have massaging seats as well. And since this is an EV, you also get a front trunk. It's pretty deep. I think you can put a backpack over here. I think this looks like it's about 60-80 liters, much more than what you get from a Hyundai Ioniq 5 or Kia EV6. And everything's close up. It's pretty clean. And you don't have the additional cover over here, which gives it easy access to put stuff in the front. In case you're wondering what AITO stands for, it stands for Adding Intelligence to Automobile. Automobile? The AITO M5 EV supports both AC and DC charging, but it uses a different standard to what you get in Malaysia. So this uses like a GPT standard. So for fast charging, you have this port that looks somewhat similar to CHAdeMO, but it's not. This is a different standard adopted by China. And you also get a battery level indicator over here. And this is for AC charging. It looks like our Type 2, but trust me, it's different. And that's the AITO M5. This is basically like a hybrid vehicle. It has an electric motor, but it has an engine that runs as a range extender. So that gives you enough range. So don't need to worry about looking for chargers. You just pump petrol and that will generate the power for the batteries and the engine. And the key difference is that this has a grille. And like you see for most EVs, it has these pop-up door handles, which looks pretty good. And you look in the interior, it kind of looks like a Tesla in a way. You have like a 15-inch screen here running on HarmonyOS, And you also have a wireless charging pad in the middle. But unlike the Tesla, there's still more manual controls over here. You still have the gear selector, you still have the parking button, and yeah, it looks pretty plush. And on the back over here, this is how it looks like. Pretty spacious. There's a slight hump there, but still quite flat. You also have an armrest. Let me just get in to see how it looks like. Pretty spacious, and you also have a panoramic roof up here. And to open this, to open the boot, it's over here. I don't have the full specs here, but I think this is about 350 to 400 liters of space. Pretty decent. You can fold the two seats down. There's a 60/40 split. Well, no spare tire, but you got a tire repair kit down here. And you can see there are two screens here, one in front, which is better than what you get on the Tesla 3 or Model Y. What's interesting is that there are speakers built into the headrest, so you can hear the voice prompts loud and clear. So you have the information here. So this is like a range extender. So you have the meter for the petrol, how much remaining, as well as the battery as well. So this is like a range extender vehicle. So this whole thing is using HarmonyOS. You can run apps here, I believe. The screen looks very vibrant. I believe this is an OLED unit. And then you can control the air conditioner here, cup holders. One more dedicated, you can put quite a decent bottle size. Cameras all around, so there's cameras over here, which I think can be used to record what's happening in the car. And there's also another sensor over here, which I believe is to see whether you're distracted, whether you're paying attention. And that will probably remind you that you're not paying attention. But of course, if you don't like the car looking at you all the time, you can always close the cameras with the physical switch. Look at that. Alright, so that's the range extender. Let's check out the other side. And this is the Aito M7. So this is a larger SUV. And the back here, you have a much more plush interior. And this is also a 6-seater car. And this is pretty plush. You have massaging seats, decent amount of leg room, different controls, and you still have a panoramic sunroof. And if you need to go to the back, you can just walk through here, but the back seems to be quite tight. And these are also zero gravity seats. I'm not sure how to activate these right now. I believe it's voice activated, but you also have like the additional lower leg support at the bottom here, as you can see on this seat. And similar to the M5, you get a very similar setup for the driver as well. You have a large screen in front, and you have two wireless charging pads, so you can actually charge two phones at the same time. Similar to what you get on a Tesla. And you also have a large, this looks slightly bigger than 15-inch, this looks like 16-inch, I guess, touchscreen panel, which can run apps. So you have like pedal maps, you also have, what else do you have here? Youku, I believe it's Huawei App Gallery, and also, what's this? Looks like a dash cam. No recordings yet. And just like the M5, you also have a camera up here, which you can close for greater privacy or leave it open. And you also have like these sensors over here to make sure that you're looking at the road at all times. And just like the M5, this is not a pure EV. This is like a range extender vehicle, which has an electric motor and battery, as well as a fuel tank, which can help you generate more power for the vehicle. And according to the guy who's taking care of this flagship store, this vehicle with the combination of petrol and electric motor can deliver a range of over 1,000 kilometers. Pretty impressive. All right, so let's move on to the next car, the last and final car, which looks pretty insane. And this is AVATR, and this is a much more premium vehicle. I don't have the full specs here, but I can see that it comes loaded with sensors like this. Yes, a camera over here, and here. But just look at the design. It comes with 22-inch rims. Continental Premium Contact 6, 265/40 R22. Just check that out. Look at these double thin LED strips. And these are the main headlights over here. You have more sensors here, here, and this I believe is radar. You have another camera over here. Look at this clean logo for AVATR. Like brushed aluminium. And just look at the side profile, looks pretty sporty. It kind of looks a bit like a Jaguar I-Pace-ish current design. And you also come with this rear spoiler that pops up. Just look at that, you have this slick looking LED bars over here. And this, I believe, is the scene indicators. Let's try to pop the boot. Unlike the rest, you don't get a hatchback opening. So this opens up somewhat similar to a sedan. Pretty decent storage, not as big as the M7 and M5, but still looks pretty cool. Wow, you have a dedicated like, armrest and controls in the center. And here's the front side, the passenger side. You have this like a leather-like material. Whoa, check it out. That's a very interesting control for the power windows. You also have the seat controls over here. Oh, let me guess. You can actually open the doors remotely. Okay, no hands. Magic. When I close the door, just press this. Oh, these cars are awesome. And if you check out over here, you don't have just 2 screens, you have 3 screens. You have one more screen for the passenger side. I believe this for media control, so a passenger can maybe watch videos, control the music from here. And you also have this large tablet-like display, which also runs on HarmonyOS. Same thing, can run apps over here. Wow. You go have your car controls here as well. Just check out the steering wheel. It has this very squarish shape. And you also have this Tesla-inspired roller buttons over here. Very similar to what you get on the Teslas. The aggressive sloping roof, it might be hard to see through, so it comes with digital mirrors. So this actually pulling off the feet from the rear cameras. So that's pretty good, and this is quite useful if you have tall passengers at the back. And similar to the M5, you also get this panoramic glass, but this is even better because you have this split over here for the front and back, and it goes all the way to the last row. There's like a card reader here, so I believe you can unlock the car using a card, and perhaps with a smart device like your smartwatch or smartphone via NFC. Looks pretty cool. You see, this is a very funky steering wheel, something that you might expect from a French car like Citroën, but this is here in China, so this AVATR is really different from the rest. And these buttons, they look exactly the same as what you get from a Tesla. You can go left, right, and scroll up and down. And so you have like a full digital display, and you have this. Look at the stock over here. Looks very different. And you look in the middle here. You have this like a weird tunnel kind of thing, kind of design. I'm not sure what this is, but I believe it could be like a center speaker of sorts. And similar to a Tesla, you also get 2 wireless charging ports over here. Pretty convenient, and you have more storage at the bottom here, like you expect for most modern EVs. But this is a range extender. Oh, let me see. You can open the doors remotely using the touchscreen display. Let me try to open that door from here. Check that out. Okay, close the door. Wow. Okay, and you also can open the boot from here as well. The boot over here, and also the trunk. Let me just open the trunk here. Open. Check that out. You have a front trunk over here. I think it's good to put a backpack. Yeah, so this is a pure EV car. You have lots of storage over here. And you can just close it manually. And like you expect from any EV, you also have loads of storage over here. Underneath this center console, you can probably put a bag or maybe some takeaway from your McDonald's. And you also have 2 cup holders, and you have this center armresting, which I'm not sure how to open. I think you need to open from the touchscreen, I guess. Oh, that's a glove box. You see that? You can open this using glove box. Similar to Tesla, you need to use a screen for glove box. And what else you got here? You got steering controls, vehicle controls. Oh, I think this will enable the sensors. Just check out the interface. You can on the aircon over here. Unfortunately, I don't think I can change this to English since it's a Chinese market only vehicle. Everything's in Chinese right now. But the interface looks pretty clean, quite similar to a Tesla, and I think it's much more refined than most other Chinese EVs. So I think the collaboration with Huawei and AVATR, I think it worked out pretty well. And you have all the apps here as well. I believe you can install other apps like, the Douyin, Xiaohongshu and all that. And you also have the app gallery here as well to discover more apps. And just check out the headrest. It looks tiny, right? It's like, what's the point of having such a small headrest? But you can fold it down like this and fold the extension down like this. This is pretty unique. You have this old glass thing. Not sure how good it's in terms of heat rejection. I'm not a huge fan of like fully glass panel without any ability to cover it up, but I guess maybe they probably give this enough tint so that it doesn't feel so hot during summer days, especially in China. And you also get a camera inside the vehicle as well. If you're not comfortable, you can always close that off for greater privacy. Similar to the front as well, in front of the steering wheel, there's also like a sensor, which I believe is to monitor whether you are paying attention to the road. You can also close that up as well. But this is pretty interesting. I like the fact that you can actually open the doors remotely. And if you step on the brake, you automatically close the door. Pretty neat. And you adjust the seat to the right driving position that you have set. And you just change to D and you're good to go. Overall, pretty cool car, interesting concept. And let me get out of here first. You can still open the door manually in case the electronics doesn't work. So there's a manual release hatch over here, similar to what you get in a Tesla. So you can open the door manually like this by pulling this tab over here. It still has a bit of a squishy plastic down here, but you get plush materials on top, including this. This has like a kind of like a fabric-like material. And you also have this for seat controls. And interestingly, you also have this front quarter glass over here. And like we said earlier, it has a frameless window. And you can pull out the window like this. Pretty cool looking car. And of course, being an EV, you need to charge it up at the nearest charging station. So you can press here to open the flap. And of course, since this is a China car, it uses a different charging standard. So it uses like a GPT standard. The port kind of looks like CHAdeMO port, but it's different. It's different from what we get in Malaysia, where we use CCS and the Type 2 port. This is different. This is China standard. And yeah, so you can have a AC slow charging and fast charging over here. I don't have the specs on the charging rates just yet, but I believe it should be able to do at least 100 kilowatts. And this car comes with loads of sensors, as you've seen at the sides. And also you can see here, there's a lot of cameras up here. And this thing over here, I'm not sure what this is, but it looks kind of like a solar panel, I guess, to increase the range, but it looks pretty cool. And even the wipers, it has integrated spray nozzles at the tip over here, which is different from the normal car where you dispense water from the hood. So this is also pretty different. And another interesting thing is the back of the vehicle. This, although despite having like a hatchback-like design, this opens up like a sedan like we shown earlier, and you have this small little tiny glass over here. And because it's so small, you want to get a rear view of your vehicle, you can use these two cameras. And it looks like there's even lights up here so they can get greater visibility at low light. Alright, that's all guys for the quick walk around of the vehicles that's on display at the Huawei flagship store. I know there's not much information that I can share right now because we only have like half an hour in this space. So we just need to give you a quick look at what's available. For example, the Aito M5 EV range extender, the M7, as well as the EV that we sold back there. So if you have any comments, please join down below. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, like us on Facebook, and don't forget to subscribe us on our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell icon so that you'll be informed of our future videos. This is Alex from soyachinsha.com. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next one. Bye!